with Teece, we ballin' like time for us to hit a little grinding spree. But no please till we hear that Britney Griner's free.
What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of We Got Next for Friday, August the 12th. I'm here with my guy, Austin Wang, at awang _HTX on Twitter. Austin is a contributor for Action Network. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys use it. I use it for tracking our plays. Austin does nice articles. If you want to check him out, go to Action Network and you want to tell us about anything you got up right now, Austin? Or
no, I've been contributing for them for the last 2 seasons with NBA. So I write some articles. I even put together a totals market report that we publish weekly. So that was really helpful for myself and for a lot of the audience. Right now, I'm just taking a break from the grind and the writing. I recently, collaborated with Dub Club to start maybe a little newsletter that I've been trying to get off the ground. But right now, it's still trying to get my feet wet with figuring out the platform. But with NFL coming back up and NBA as well, I should expect to see me be a lot more active on that front as well.
Oh yeah. NFL and NBA going to be kicking off in the next 60 days. You're going to be stretched out, man. Let's take a second here and say what's up to our chat. We have G Martinez. What's up, brother? KD 723. What's good? Ixnizzle 420. Jocko, Tori Coker, Joe Hill. Great to have you guys in here. Everyday contributors to our show. Love these guys. Very sharp, very informed with their plays that they shout out. So just take note if there's something you want to get on. These guys know it. So, all right, Austin, let's get into this first game here. We've got the Washington Mystics heading into Indiana to take on the Fever. The Mystics are 13.5-point favorites, and the total's at 159 now. Last night I looked at this game. It was at 11.5, and I see a 2-point move towards the Mystics. Do you have any thoughts or any plays on this game, Austin?
No plays just yet, but I'm fairly new to like capping the WNBA, even though, I'm from Houston. So Houston Comets, we're like the original super team way back. So I'm really familiar with, that aspect of it. But as far as capping WNBA, this is essentially the first season. So I've made a lot of observations. And one of the things I really became a fan of earlier in the season was the Washington Mystics. I really liked, Deladon and her style and, the stingy defense and everything. Not the most exciting offense, but I really had high hopes that their strong defense and their star power with Deladon could translate into success in the playoffs, but they've really been struggling lately. And just watching them kind of on that downward trend over the last couple of weeks right before the playoffs is pretty concerning. I have the Mystics as 10-point favorites. I think the line at this point is too much, but am I looking to bet the Fever? Hell no. So I really don't have a strong opinion on that game. I think the line is too high in favor of the Mystics. I've been betting Mystics unders a lot this season. That's been working out pretty well for me. But again, with the Fever's defense being as bad as it is, I'm not sure Mystics could take advantage and score quite a bit. So no play for me on either one of these.
Right on. I'm with you as far as this line goes. I think it's a little on the high side, but I can't get there with the Fever. Last week would have been a perfect spot. You could have got them in the first quarter and the first half at plus money and cash. But that is a lone island out there, that Indiana Fever. But I don't have any plays in this game. I'm not looking to get involved in it. I had high hopes for the Mystics. I put a future in on them in the beginning of the season at plus 1,200, and I really thought that Natasha Cloud was going to step up her game and be more effective from outside the arc, and it just hasn't come to fruition. She's really struggled offensively. She has good games, but as far as Natasha Cloud that I'm seeing now, I'm looking for her to step up defensively against this guard-heavy Indiana Fever team and see what happens tonight. But the total at 159, I think that's That's a good hit on the under, I believe. And if you're looking at that, the Indiana Fever team total under would be a look, but that's nothing that I'm getting involved in. I couldn't even tell you what the line is. So I don't have anything for this game. And if you have anything else to add about this, Austin?
Nope, not for this game.
All right, right on. Tori Coker in our chat, he took the Storm first half at -0.5, $300 bet. That's it. That's all he's got today. Tori Coker puts out a lot of good WNBA plays, and that's one that I would have on my radar, but it's not one I'm going to take. It goes against what my numbers say and what I'm doing. So we'll get to that game in a minute. G Martinez is on the Storm too. I need to rethink my cap. You got two of these guys on this. And Nick Snizzle, I was in Indianapolis for a Browns game when the Fever won a championship several years ago back and met Pat Summit, a couple other players. Yeah, they had a good team back then. Just not anymore. But they have a lot of rookies and should be making some noise in the next few years to come. So we'll see how good that organization's ran from the top to the bottom. Dream, what's good with you, brother? Yeah, please, everybody hit the like button. We're going to move on to the next game, and we have the New York Liberty -1 versus the Dream. This line is flipped. The Dream were opened up as 2-point favorites, and they're now down to a point dog with the total being 159. How do you see this game, Austin? Because I see this in a couple different ways.
Yeah, so I think, them being the 8th and the 9th seed, so this is a extremely high stakes game, and they've got a 2-game series essentially to finish off the season here. And essentially it's a high stakes game, not great offenses. In this type of situation, I would aim for an under here. These two teams are already, some of the worst offensive teams in the WNBA. The Dreams dealing with a lot of injuries and have really struggled lately. So I would be aiming towards an under. I think I have this total at around 157, 158. So a little bit of value there, a possession there for the current total of 160.
Right. I mean, I really don't like betting these full game totals with Atlanta. I'm kind of seeing this as going over, but I'm not a full game bettor. You know that. You see my plays every day. I like to get in and get out, and I'd probably be looking, if I'm going to play this total at all, I'll probably be looking at the first half total, and I would be on the over on the first half total, and that number where we have it right now is, let me pull that up, at 79.5. So I like that number. I think this gets to like 83, 85, somewhere around there for the first half. In fact, I'm putting that in right now. We're going to take that. So I'm taking the over. That's my first official play of the game, of the day, as far as this show goes. So do you have any thoughts about that first half total at all, or?
No, I see that, both these teams kind of veer a little bit, score a little bit more in the first half than they do in the second half. So that's what some of my stats show. I just ultimately kind of go back to, what my original cap on this was with the high stakes and the nature of this matchup and how important it is for playoff seeding. I essentially see this as a playoff game, and I'm looking at just their stats, their offensive stats, their pace metrics, and I don't see a extremely high scoring game. Now, can they, come out and hit the first half over? Yeah, I can't. I don't have a huge argument on it, but I think just overall, I think I would be leaning towards an under overall, so that would apply to first half and the full game. So.
Gotcha. If this was in New York, I'd feel a lot more comfortable with that over. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at this now. I'm sitting here. I see Monique Billings. She's still a game time decision. She was a game time decision the other day, but they're still fighting the injury bug down here in Atlanta with Christy Wallace is out with COVID, and Tiffany Hayes is out with a non-injury related illness. And, Asia Durr and Nia Coffey, of course, are out. So, I said this last game that I would expect Monique Billings to play. I mean, they're fighting. They've got 2 games left. They really need all the help they can get out there. So I'd be surprised if she doesn't play today.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's in, I'm going to wait on that total, because if she's in, I'm going to take that first half over. If not, I could actually see one of these teams scoring 15, 16 points in one of these first 2 quarters.
Yeah.
So, and then definitely in the second half, I could see a 14 to 16 point quarter for one of these teams, if not both of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm good as far as this game goes. Like I said, chat, I'm going to keep that on my radar. That first half total on the over, and I will post my plays out like I do every night, and I'll get those probably within the hour of the show ending. And let me take a look at the chat here, Austin, see if anybody's got some good info for us. Jocko's on the Liberty first half over 79. I like the way you think, Jocko. Dream took the Mystics -3.5 first quarter last night, and I can't argue with you on that play. But being at home in Indiana, and I think Indiana really wants to try and show up, so I don't think that I'd be on that. And I am a big first quarter Mystics or second quarter Mystics, depending on the situation. So I don't think I want to be on that side there, or any side, to be honest with you. G Martinez, I have Mystics at -11. Think they get right and smash. I can see that happening. They need to get right going into these playoffs. Mad Stoney, what's good, my guy? What's up, Nicky Boston Nick's in the house? Dream win tonight, Liberty next game. I hear you on that, Dream. You know how these games go. All right, so let's go to the next game here. We're moving right along to the Storm versus the Lynx. The Seattle Storm are going into Minnesota to take on the Lynx. And this game right here, it means more to the Lynx. Obviously the line flipping tells you that the Lynx really need this game to make the playoffs. And the Storm, I don't know. This game's got me all over the place, but I'm going to stick with my initial cap, and I'm going to let you take it over. Let us know what you have, Austin, or what your SDQL has, and go from there.
Yeah. This game's got me kind of shook as well, because for me, who caps primarily on models, systems, it's statistics, etc. It says one thing, but then you've got the narrative, the qualitative type deals, and the motivational factors that you gotta bring into your handicap, and it says another. So my initial thoughts were I like the Storm. Just looking down at every category down the board, and just how they've been playing lately. Really like what they've done lately. I really like the Storm in the spot and at that number, and I liked it at -1.5. And now the line, the market has moved to Lynx as 1-point favorites. And so, kind of looking into the motivational factors and the handicap there, they got the tiebreaker over the Liberty and the Dream. And if they lose out and the Liberty Dream split their series, they fall out of the playoff picture, So a lot of aspects, they control their own destiny here, and they've been playing really well lately. But their lone loss was against the Storm back on August the 3rd. And so they have a lot of motivational factors. Sylvia Fowles' last home game. So they've got a lot of emotion, a lot of things to play for. So I can't deny that. While I initially liked the Storm, and I still do to some extent, I can't ignore the fact that there's a lot of these other factors at play here that may not make it as strong of a play as I would have originally gone with.
Right. And as far as injuries go, we really don't have much on this front. Indiana still is missing Damaris Dantes, and that's a big inside that they're going to need to be able to protect that room from Tina Charles and Stewie. So you can't ignore her being out. Sylvia Fowles down there. Her last game, regular season game in Seattle, I would think that she wants the ball out. If you can get any props on that, anybody, I would definitely look at the rebounds on the maybe not so much the rebounds, but the points for Sylvia Fowles. I don't know if FanDuel's offering the props for this game, but that's where I stand. And Seattle doesn't have anybody on record on RotoWire anyway for the injuries. And yeah, same with covers. So I'm on this game, but I'm on it Lynx first quarter. I took it last night at not last night. As soon as it came out early this morning at plus 110. So I'm happy with that number. And I think I'm going to stick right there with that. And and not play I was thinking about playing the first half, but seeing our two guys, G Martinez and Torrey Coker, both on Seattle first half, kind of gives me a little bit of pause to jump on that first half. So, and I can definitely see Seattle starting out slow and picking it up and going into half with the lead and then taking the game over from there, to be honest with you. So, but
yeah, I think that's a good point that Torrey has just made there in playoff form. They'll start hot and cover the first half. Yeah, I'm looking at some of the Lynx metrics here, and they've been a terrible first half team. Not really as of late, but just looking at the season overall, they're 19-15 against the spread overall, but in the first half, 16-18. So they definitely do most of their damage here in the second half. So yeah, I kind of like that first half with the Storm there, and maybe they take their gas off the foot off the gas in the second half. The Lynx, motivational factors come to play in the second half. But I'm starting to like the first half play a little more.
Yeah, and the more that I'm looking at it and listening to you and seeing what Torrey and G are on, I'm starting to look at that too. But I'm actually still liking the Minnesota first quarter, and right now you can get that at minus 105, and you can actually take the second quarter Storm, and that's at 112, I believe I saw that. So that might be a play for me as well. Just knowing that they're going to step up and bring it in the second half, especially if they're down going into the second quarter. So, sorry, I meant second quarter, not second half. So that's right now I stand just on the Lynx first quarter, and the total for the first quarter is 41.5. I don't want to take it. If I take it, I'm leaning that over 41.5. So far the only play I have on this game right now is the Lynx, and I got that plus 110. You guys can get it at minus 105. You have anything else for this game, Austin?
Nope, not so much for this game.
All right. This next game, this one, man, it just blew me out. I'm glad I didn't put anything on it. Normally, I would have put something on it. We talked about it earlier, Austin, a little while ago, and we have some info that I just saw that Skylar Diggins is out for the season. That's craziness, man. I mean, the whole team. Did she quit too? Did she quit on him too?
She did, personal reasons. So I don't know. I don't know if it's something to do with all the Brittany Griner news and
right.
But yeah, I mean, they're all still fighting for a playoff spot, and hope she.
Yeah, they are. And I don't mean to cut you off, but you really got to look at it. The glue to that team is still on the court in Sophie Cunningham. And I'm thinking she might be able to will this team to a first quarter win, just on her, on her energy and just the way she balls, including everybody, and she seems to get that team to rally around each other. So, with Skylar Diggins out, and initially my thought is I don't like it, but it's worth a half unit play for me, to be honest with you. And I'm going to see what that first quarter would be on the money line here, or what the spread will be, because I don't want to back the Wings on the road in the first quarter or first half. And I can get the Phoenix Mercury at plus 105. I was hoping for a juicier price, and the spread is minus a half. I mean, plus a half, sorry. And that line is telling me that the Wings can come out and pull a rabbit out of their hat in the first quarter here. Do you have any thoughts on this game, Austin?
Not really. This one, I don't have much of an opinion on this one. I think my initial thoughts with the Mercury having all the injury issue, their star players being out. My numbers like the Wings. They've been a covering machine all season, going 20-13 and 1 against the spread full of total, and then 12-4 against the spread on the road. So they've been doing really well in covering those numbers. But and they've been doing good early as well in the first half. They performed especially strong in the first half. So initially my thoughts would be to the Wings, but Mercury have more to play for. The Wings have got that 6th spot locked up. The Mercury still has a playoff spot to fight for, and I think there's a lot to say about the whole superstar subtraction theory there, where all the other players step up, especially early, and especially in such a high stakes game. I definitely can see the Mercury coming out and taking advantage of a possibly complacent Wings that's just ready for the playoffs, right? They've got nothing to play for. So I'm with you there. I think I can get behind that first quarter, but yeah, just looking at it overall, it's hard for me to back the Mercury, particularly in the full game with all the players that are going to be out for them.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm still going to take it. Looking at the injury report for Dallas, there's no Ugumbawali and no Satu Sabali. So, they're big pieces that are missing. So I think that half a unit might just make it to a unit after all for that first quarter. So
yeah, I mean, I think I can get behind the first quarter too. I think so.
Yeah, especially being at home, I'm really liking it now. The more that I think about it, the more that I'm looking at my notes for this game over here. I think definitely going to take that, and I'm going to go for a unit on it. I was thinking about cutting it to a half, but no, I'm taking it for the full unit. So let's take a look at the chat here before we get out of here. See what these guys have to say. Me backing on up here. My guy Brazzy 718, Brooklyn guy. Brooklyn's in the house, Bazzy. Jocko over 82. Look to you, Storm Lynx. No, I can't do it just because of the fact that Minnesota's gonna. This isn't just your typical regular season game. This is gearing up for the playoffs, and the defense. Both teams are going to have to play defense, especially the Minnesota Lynx, if they want to stay in this game. And of course, the Storm are going to want to try and brush the dust off of their defense and see what they can do and what they can't do before they get into the games that really count. What do you think about that, Austin? You think around the same line as far as that goes?
No strong opinion on that one. Yeah.
All right, Tori Coker's on Mercury first half under. Yeah, I don't have a play on that or an opinion on that, to be honest with you. FanDuel, Brazzy got the Wings and the under. There you go. Brazzy's on the under with you, Tori, and Tori's on that. I like the play. Brazzy's on it. I like the play, but I'm not there. Brazzy, I can see the Wings taking their foot off the gas pedal. So Wings first quarter, Mercury first half. I got you on that. Wings locked in the 6. Yep, got Liberty and the over on FanDuel. Brazzy's got them. Brian Stevens, what's good, man? Working today, watching us. I love it, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Don't get fired. We might have to start a GoFundMe page for you. Wings full game should cover by 6. Brazzy, Wings come out fast versus New York lost by 20. Yep, you're right. Mystics under Liberty final picks. Brazzy, yeah. Austin, go ahead and lay them out with any picks that you've played that you can share with the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. The picks that I've made are Storm full game. I got at -1.5, so obviously not an unfavorable line movement towards on my pick. And then I'm liking the under on the Liberty Dream full game. So that's something I haven't locked in just yet, but I'll probably look towards doing that after this show. And yeah, if you would like, I have some like playoff systems and trends that I've made some observations on whenever y'all are ready. So
Yeah, we can get into that. We can get into that real quick. Let me drop the plays off actually go ahead and get into that, and I'll drop my plays when you finish up there.
Sure, yeah. So with playoffs starting next Wednesday, here's some trends that I've observed in the playoffs recently. So take note, the single elimination games no longer here, and the format would be, I guess similar to the 18 playoffs with the NBA, with the first round and second round being 3-game series, and then the semifinals and the finals being 5-game series. So I took a look at the stats since 2020, and interestingly enough, the home teams in game 1 of a series or in their single elimination game have gone 1-11 against the spread since 2020. So to your point, you made the comment in the chat the other day, Teece, like, yeah, maybe that's why they switched to these 3-game series, because these home teams are getting upset and they wanted to, had a little more equitable.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you had the Aces get bowed out early last year.
Mm-hmm.
The Sun took it early last year. I think the WNBA is opening their eyes and saying, "Look, man, we've got our best team sitting on the sidelines while we have one good team and a team that shouldn't even be there playing for the finals." So, yeah, I like the new playoff system. I hope it works out for them, and maybe they'll bring in some money and they can afford a bigger MVP trophy for the All-Star game.
Yeah. Another one was teams in game 1 of a series with revenge. So who lost their last head-to-head matchup in the regular season? But they went 10-2 against the spread in that game 1. So yeah, just take note of any teams with revenge there. And then finally, zigzag theory is a big one. That one is popular in the NBA as well. But teams off a loss as a favorite since the 2014 season have responded by going 19-3 straight up, 16-5 against the spread since the 2014 season. So
wow,
big upset early on in one of those series. I mean, yeah, you can strongly back the loser there in the following game. So
yeah, I mean, I can see the Liberty if they get into the playoffs upsetting somebody in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have anything else with the playoffs with your system?
No, those are the three ones that stood out to me that I'll share today.
That's pretty awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Austin. Yeah. And I guess do you have anything else before I drop my plays?
No, please go ahead.
All right. Let's see what's going on with the chat before I get out. Teece should go live during the games more. We tried going live during the games and we get like 3 viewers. So, and that was with Mikey and myself, Mikey Hova, and and Mikey didn't like it because he didn't cash his live bets. He's not a big live betting fan, so I don't think Mikey's going to be doing any live betting shows, even though I told him take the under. So, Austin, you can see the Lynx winning tonight. Make the argument.
Wait, what's that?
I said, Austin, you can see the Lynx winning tonight. Make the argument.
No, I'm on the Storm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
All right. All right, Brian. Okay, Brazzy. Who y'all got taking the last 2 spots? I would have to say not the Mercury. In all honesty, I think the Liberty jump into 1. It'd be a shame if they don't, but I'd have to say Minnesota and the Liberty. I mean, I don't want the Sparks in the playoffs. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm on the Liberty and I'd say the Liberty and the Lynx for me. How about you? You got any preference?
I'm with you there. Okay. I think that from an entertainment value standpoint, that's probably the most ideal as well. Yeah, I'm with you. I just the dream maybe need another year before they can start getting into it. They had a nice beginning of the season, but really tailed off recently. So
they've got young talent down there with Nas and and Ryan Howard. They've got good young talent, and so does Indiana. But Indiana's a couple steps behind Atlanta as far as that goes, from what I see, unless they do something in the offseason.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me get the plays out that I'm playing. Indiana and the Mystics. I don't have any play in this game. Yeah, none whatsoever. And if I do decide to put something on, I will tweet it out at Parlay Teece so y'all can see what I'm on. New York Liberty and the Atlanta Dream. I don't have a play on this game as of yet, and don't know if I'm going to get there on this game. We don't have to bet every game. Let's put it that way. And we got games tomorrow, so I don't have a play on this game. And the next game, the Seattle Storm and the Minnesota Lynx. I am on the Minnesota Lynx plus 110 for the first quarter. You can get it at minus 105 now, and that's the only thing I'm on in this game, and it will most likely be the only thing I'm on in this game. So I'm keeping it kind of light tonight compared to my 4 or 5, 6 games that I usually play. And the last game, I'm on the Phoenix Mercury, and let me pull the latest line on that because I have not put that in, but I will be putting it in right after the show ends. And the first quarter, I can get that at plus 105. Of course, I'm going to take it on the money line. You know what? I'll probably do it both. I'll probably do a unit on the money line and a unit on the spread. No, never mind. Don't listen to me because I'm going to put $200 on a Mercury team that I really don't know about. I'm going to take them on the money line. That's it. So give me the plus 105 on them, and that's it, man. I'm looking at the total that was mentioned at 79. I'd have to lean with the over on that, but I'm going to look into that more and see where I stand on that. So again, my plays are no play in the Mystics and the Fever, no play in the Liberty and the Dream. Storm and the Lynx, I'm on the first quarter Lynx plus 110. It's at minus 105 now. And I'm on the first quarter Phoenix Mercury. I'm going to be on them at plus 105. So I have 2 plays today. I'm going to put them out as soon as I put them in, and then if I have anything, I'll add it there. Don Play, it's good to see you, brother. And I think that's it, Austin. Do you have anything else you want to say to the chat here? It's 3:34. I told you I'd get you out of here in a half hour. So
no, appreciate you having me on. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So looking forward to cashing some bets tonight.
Right on, man. And it's good to finally have a chance to talk with you rather than just chat. And you can get a little bit into my crazy mind and try and figure out the way that I cap, because I still can't figure it out.
I love it.
But I'm successful. That's all that matters. I make money at the end of the day.
That's true.
So, all right, chat. I appreciate everybody being here. We will be here tomorrow. On Sunday. We've got 2, 4, 6 games on Sunday. We'll be here at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming out. Please hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We've got some great college football content that's coming out now, and of course the WNBA to close the regular season out on Sunday, and then the playoffs going forward. And as everybody knows, I'm a big pusher of this. Please bet responsibly and do not chase your losses. There'll be another day to bet it. You don't need to bet it all tonight and dig yourself in a hole. Just the main thing, discipline and bet responsibly. And once again, I want to thank you, Austin, for joining us today. It was awesome to have you on here, and I look forward to chatting it up as these playoffs come upon us.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
All right, everybody, be safe. And once again, I can't stress it enough. Please bet responsibly. Looking for my guy JPZ to take us out.
Who got next? We on deck. Time to fall in. The money's coming all in. With Teece, we ballin'. Like time for us to hit a little grinding spree. But no please till we hear that Britney Griner's free. Sparks fly high through the sky like Mercury. Is close to the sun. Feel the heat, you're done. Catch the fever, spread your wings. Living dreams is mystical. We weather through the storm. Liberty, we born in like a lynx. It's a battle cat. We breed aces to the slow back nation. For real.